Your endgame mating tactics swung a balanced game. Opening with the king's pawn controls the center. E5 is a common response that establishes a queen h5 is an unsound move that develops the queen early and attacks. They bring out their knight, increasing their control over the center. You want a pawn for free. They had a better way to block a check from the opposing queen. Smart move reinforcing your pawn with extra protection, recapturing and developing their bishop at the same time. Good job defending that pawn. Their knight comes into play, attacking the center. Your bishop becomes more powerful by developing towards the action. This move clears the way to bring their bishop into the game. Your best move was to develop a knight off its starting square. A clear recapture. This blocks an attack on your pawn. Their bishop comes into play, attacking the center. Castling queenside tends to be more active because your rook is close. Both kings are castled now. You permitted the opponent to eventually win material. They kick your knight with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. Clearly, you don't want to leave your knight in danger. Now you have to double castle pawns. You recapture the piece. They played the strongest move available. That was an even swap of material. Recaptures. You allowed the opponent to win material by trapping a piece. They missed a better way to win material through a tactic. You missed the only move in a critical position. They kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. Their best option was to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a... This is the only move that works, and you found it. That was a fair trade. A straightforward recapture. You only had one good option there. They've improved the positioning of their bishop. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. They took your pawn for free. No surprise, you had to move your rook to safety. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. Nice, definitely the right move. They found a way to win your pawn. This moves your knight to a safer square, capturing your hanging pawn. Your better option was to kick a bishop. A clear recapture. Your pawn is no longer hanging and is now defended. This move left their pawn hanging. Your better option was to capture a free pawn. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. This move will cost you a pawn. Your opponent's move wins your pawn. You trade off equal material. They exchange pieces of equal value. A clear recapture. Pushing their passed pawn. This isn't a mistake, but there was something better for you. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. This is a fine move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Yes, this is the way. Your opponent created a passed pawn, giving it a clear path. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Pushing their passed pawn. You captured a pawn that checked your king. Decent move, but they had a better one. You dodged the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They moved the rook to safety. Well done, an excellent move. They moved their king out of the check from your rook. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. Not the best move, but not bad either. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Putting your rook behind an opponent's passed pawn makes it harder to promote. This move puts their pawn on a safer square. You allowed the opponent to set up a blockade. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You escaped the check from the rook. Pushing their passed pawn. Nice, definitely the right move. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. Yes, this is the way. That was the only move. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. Precise move from your opponent. You step your king away from the checking rook. Their best option was to push a passed pawn. That pawn was yours for the taking. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You are threatening to checkmate the king. You get a chance to checkmate the king. Checkmate is always the best move.